If you're looking for a reliable phone without spending over $500, you're in the right place. I've checked out and reviewed the top 5 budget-friendly smartphones, bringing you the best options that offer great performance and features without breaking the bank. Whether you're upgrading or just need something solid on a budget, these 5 phones are definitely worth considering. Be sure to check the link in the description for prices and more details. Let's dive in. First up, we've got the Samsung Galaxy A35 5G, and honestly, this phone is a solid pick if you want a great display and reliable performance without spending a fortune. It comes with a 6.6-inch Super AMOLED screen, which means colors pop, blacks are deep, and everything just looks smooth, especially with the 120 Hz refresh rate. Plus, with 1000 nits of brightness, you won't have trouble using it outside in the sun. Under the hood, Samsung's Exynos 1380 processor keeps things running smoothly, whether you're scrolling through social media or playing games. You get either 6 GB or 8 GB of RAM, and if you need extra space, the storage goes up to 256 GB with a microSD slot. Running on One UI 6 with Android 14, it feels snappy and user-friendly. Now, let's talk cameras. The A35 5G packs a 50MP main sensor, an 8MP ultra-wide, and a 5MP macro lens. So whether you're snapping landscape shots or getting up close, it's got you covered. The 13MP front camera is great for selfies and video calls too, and with a 5000 mAh battery plus 25W fast charging, you're getting all-day battery life without constantly looking for a charger. That said, it's not perfect. The Exynos 1380 isn't the most power-efficient chip, so you might notice some heating during heavy gaming sessions. Also, while the cameras are great in daylight, low-light performance isn't the best compared to some competitors. But if you want a budget-friendly Samsung phone that checks all the right boxes, this one's a no-brainer. Next up, we have the Google Pixel 8a. If you love Google's clean Android experience and top-tier cameras, this one's for you. The 6.1-inch OLED display is bright, colorful, and smooth thanks to its 90 Hz refresh rate and 1400 nits of peak brightness, so no issues using it outdoors. Powering this phone is Google's Tensor G3 chip, along with 8 GB of RAM and either 128 GB or 256 GB of storage. It's not the fastest chip out there, but it handles everyday tasks like a champ. And since it runs Android 14 with Google's own software optimizations, you're getting a super smooth and efficient experience. Plus, it'll get years of updates so you're covered in the long run. Now, the best part, cameras. The 64MP main sensor and 13MP ultra-wide lens deliver some of the best photos you can get in this price range. Google's image processing is top-notch, meaning crisp details and vibrant colors, even in low light. The 13MP front camera also takes solid selfies. Battery life? The 4500 mAh battery will easily last you a full day, and it even supports wireless charging, something you don't see often in this price range. However, the charging speed is on the slower side, taking over an hour and a half to fully charge. Now, for a con, while the Pixel 8a delivers amazing software and camera performance, the Tensor G3 chip isn't the most power efficient. That means the phone can run a bit warm under heavy use, especially with gaming or intensive tasks. Still, if you want a phone that nails the software and camera experience, the Pixel 8a is a fantastic pick. Now, let's talk about something a little different, the Motorola Razr. If you're looking for a budget-friendly foldable phone, this one's a solid choice. When closed, you get a handy 1.5-inch outer screen that lets you check notifications, control music, or even take selfies without opening the phone. But flip it open, and you're greeted with a stunning 6.9-inch OLED display with a super smooth 144 Hz refresh rate. Whether you're scrolling, gaming, or watching videos, it looks fantastic. Under the hood, it's powered by the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 chip, paired with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. It's not the fastest processor out there, but for everyday use, social media, messaging, streaming, it holds up well. Plus, Motorola's near-stock Android experience keeps things clean and simple. For cameras, you get a 64MP main sensor with OIS and a 13MP ultra-wide lens. The best part? You can use the main camera for selfies when the phone is closed. But if you prefer the inner display, there's also a 32MP front-facing camera. Battery life is decent with its 4,200 mAh capacity, and it supports 30W fast charging to top up quickly. If you've been curious about foldables but don't want to break the bank, the Motorola Razr is a fun, stylish option that's surprisingly practical. If you want an iPhone without spending a fortune, the 2022 iPhone SE is a solid pick. It's got that classic iPhone design, home button and all, but don't let the old school look fool you. Inside, it's packing Apple's A15 Bionic chip, the same one used in the iPhone 13, so performance is smooth and snappy. The 4.7-inch Retina HD display is small by today's standards, but it's sharp, colorful, and great for one-handed use. It doesn't have a high refresh rate like some of the other phones on this list, but if you're used to iPhones, you'll feel right at home. For cameras, you get a single 12MP rear sensor that takes surprisingly great photos thanks to Apple's smart HDR and deep fusion tech. The 7MP front camera is solid for selfies and FaceTime. Battery life isn't amazing. It's got a 2018 mAh battery, but it supports fast charging and wireless charging, which is nice. If you want a compact phone that runs iOS smoothly, the iPhone SE is a great budget-friendly way to get into Apple's ecosystem without overspending. Last but not least, we've got the OnePlus 12R, a powerhouse that brings flagship-level performance at a budget price. With a massive 6.78-inch AMOLED display, 1.5K resolution, and an adaptive 120Hz refresh rate, everything looks ultra-smooth and crisp. Plus, with a peak brightness of 4,500 nits, outdoor visibility is top tier. Under the hood, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor makes this the most powerful phone on the list. Whether you're gaming, multitasking, or just browsing, it handles everything effortlessly. It comes with 8GB or 16GB of RAM and up to 256GB of storage, so there's plenty of room to work with. The camera setup includes a 50MP main sensor with OIS, an 8MP ultra-wide, and a 2MP macro lens. The 16MP front camera does a great job with selfies. And battery life? The 5,500 mAh battery easily lasts all day, and thanks to 100-watt Super VOOC charging, you'll be back to full power in no time. If you want a high-performance phone under $500, the OnePlus 12R is a top contender. And that wraps up our list of the top 5 budget-friendly phones under $500. I hope this helps you find the perfect phone that fits your needs and budget. Don't forget to check the links in the description for prices and more details. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more tech recommendations. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.